Okay. Okay, let's go. So here we are back again. Continuing the Seed Saga sort of theme series that I started. Continuing off with the Blue Duel. And as you can see, the thing gets raised, so got the next kit for next week, that's there too. If anybody cares. And, well, I guess I'll talk about some stuff while we get this thing ready to go. So, I pretty recently, finally watched and finished the Stargazer OVA, which is, that was an interesting experience, actually. Having not seen it before and not really known a lot about it. Yeah, it's a lot shorter than I expected. And a lot of interesting stuff happening both around it and during it. Like, I was also reading some mangas at the time, too, so one of the main characters shows up in there, and, like, I got my whole timeline thing confused. Like, this is taking place, like, the same time as Seed Destiny, literally the same year, like, same week, same month, we see a couple of the same characters. So that was interesting. Didn't know anything about that before. Totally thought it was, like, a different year and everything, too. And, yeah, I'll talk more about that as we continue the build, but I just wanted to get that stuff out of the way. Feeling super nervous for some reason, just because I guess I'm doing this on Twitch, which is a first for me. I think I did that once before, and not since then, so we'll see how this goes. I'll upload this to YouTube later. And, yeah. We'll do it like this. That works for me. Or maybe this is better. Anyways, I'm noticing all the parts are like scrambled and falling all over the place. I think that's just the extra stuff I have for later. You know what? I just remembered right now. So my plan for this was to sort of, one thing that's very interesting about, like, what do you call it, like, the extended kits or kit variants, like, when it comes to, like, the Blue Duel, the Vidar Buster, and, like, other stuff, and, like, other grade variants, and even, like, some of the no-name variants, is that you can build the original version, because those pieces are left over on the runners. So I think I had this set up to actually build the Duel, and then build the Blue Duel variant. But I can't remember. And everything's kind of all over the place. But anyways, I have these pulled out here. I didn't mention them earlier just because I didn't check it like this at this one the first time. This just like has random information about the Stargazer OVA. I'm sure what they normally do is they release the kits before like the series or the movies come out. So these might have given away some information or spoilery stuff. Can't exactly read anything here. This is the I was actually reading one of the mangas that this is from. I forgot what it was called. This is the Delta Astray, I believe. That was pretty good so far. The I believe that's where the pilot from the Astray Noir, who's also from Stargazer, shows up in this manga too, piloting a Strike IWSP variant. So yeah, that's interesting. Wanted to bring that up. Interesting character and all kinds of stuff. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, maybe. But yeah, if you haven't seen Stargazer, it's a weird watch, but I would still recommend it. And yeah, with all that stuff out of the way, let's get to the build here. I'm trying to see what I'm looking at. I think these are, yep, that's the arm and the head. Let's start off with the legs, wherever that is in the manual. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just build the Duel first. I get confused because, what is it? Yeah. Thinking back about some interesting lore stuff, I think, I might be wrong, but I believe the Duel Gundam was either the first or the second Gundam made under the G Weapons project. And so, as part of that design, I think they, before they created the like specialized frames, they made this one with like, what do you call it, with the idea of weapon packs in mind, which would later become the striker packs, but it just had modular armor as part of its design idea, which is where we got interesting designs like the Assault Shroud and eventually the Blue Duel, which is an interesting take on the Assault Shroud and the original variant because it was made by, I guess, Blue Cosmos and used by Phantom Pain, which is sort of like, what do you call it, like a supremacist group for naturals in the war against coordinators, all that jazz and stuff. I don't know. Okay, so let's start with the feet. I have the polycap runner over here separate because I like to pull those out later. It's so easy to lose the polycaps, so it's just better to save them for when you need them. So let's get the bottom of the feet and everything else going. I have a toothpick there. Yeah. I don't know what it is about these older high-grade kits. Maybe I was just having a week or something, but I super sucked at getting some of these stickers down. When you get to parts like the shield, you'll probably notice that like that sticker is like almost completely off the bottom part. I'm not sure if it's like the age of it or just like me having a bad week or whatever when I did these kits. But yeah, and they're also super old. These are the red label variants, which is like probably the original printing or like a second wave of printing. So these are probably as old as when they came out. You know? If not, maybe just a little bit older. Super old, like, what are we talking, 2006, 2005? Models here. And yeah. Like what we did with the last kit we made, the Civilian Astray, that design, I like the design of it, but of course it being an older kit, there, you know, was a little subpar, a little bit lacking. But, you know, overall it was fun to put together. This is rather tough to do, because the gap here is super squared off, and so is the piece. So you need to, like, get that lined up properly without any of it missing. Maybe, yeah, I can get it in here a little bit, and then probably rotate it. That'll save time. I can feel the plastic digging into the hard plastic. Let me keep the nippers out. Oh, there we go. There you go. See, it's supposed to peek out like that, huh? That's rather tough. And we have, it's not too restricting on the articulation, that's good. And that goes in very nicely. You can't even tell it's like a whole centimeter of plastic being covered up inside. That's cool. You don't usually see that. Usually there'd be like a bit sticking out, or it's like a perfect, like, 1-to-1, but actually goes inside. Good. So let's see, before we close that up, let's move this. We don't want to leave it all up to like a blood joint or something to move this. Because if it's too tight, that could damage the joint later on. It's just really tight and hard to fix. There we go. Yeah. Okay, we just want to leave it as it is. Hopefully we can fix it later. So off the top here, we have, I'm guessing it's this piece on top, and this piece on top. It's already pretty neat looking. Yeah, I'm worried about that piece right there. And then we have, it's very simple looking leg construction. It's that's literally like the whole thing right there. That's kind of lame. Yeah, that's what you expect from the era. J runner, J. And then F. So I need this one. I'm looking at the wrong pieces. Yeah, it's the color difference. Gray. Just need the dark gray, not the light gray. J runner goes in here. F piece goes in here. Piece. I need this one. Alright. Oh, it's supposed to go in the bottom here to connect the two. Making sure I didn't forget anything. Good. And then we have these pieces here. And normally you'd have to put two things together to make these. But I guess since we're going with an older design, these just come sort of pre-assembled for this one. Okay, goes in backwards. Normally they'd go in the other way. Then we have these go into the feet. Alright, what else? Where are those? Kneecap looking pieces. Yeah, here they are. So let me see, 1, 2, 3. So stepwise these would go on after. I put on these. Almost feel like it's on backwards. Maybe it's supposed to go on this one. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, and it walks into a piece here. That's cool. I think this is for the other leg also. Oh, that's a piece there somewhere. So these ones go together. I feel like I grabbed a hand piece by accident, just looking at it. Okay, so there's this. So that's not the right leg, is it? There it is. Seems unnecessary that these would be separate. So this ball facing forward. Oops. Okay. Let's see if I can fix this with this. Probably not. I'm gonna have to get the tweezers in it, apparently. Okay. So with this, try moving it slightly. Or I'm just gonna have to separate it. No, it's on backwards. I just want to get in there and move it around. Still stuck. Interesting. This one. It's not that much articulation actually. It's more on the foot, more on the, what do you call it? I guess in the heel than in the foot. Oh, that moves in a nice way. Put this over here to the side. It doesn't seem that impaired actually, compared to the other one. This one. Yeah, it's a little bit hindered. See if I can fix that. It's not exactly helping keeping it inside. If I do it like that, yeah, then it just ends up the same way. There you go. So that weird bit of design there ends up being a much bigger hindrance. I'd rather just deal with. I look at that back pivot, that's really good. Jeez. It's a nice lineup. Okay. So we're still missing some pieces for the feet so they can bend into the, whatchamacallit? Into the crotch section later. So, next we have these things. That's going to do exactly that. And so here's the back. And we need an A and B polycap. It's going pretty slow. Oh, here we go. So I should fit this into the back piece first. Doesn't really look like it'll hold unless, okay, here. Need these two pieces to just grab it. Sort of wedge it in place here with these two top. That's well designed. And then this goes down here at the bottom. Pretty standard. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen this before with the wedging of the B cap in place. It's the B cap, right? Yeah, that's wrong. see these two pieces here lining up on this one, not with the other one. Oof. So that makes this the right leg. I assume it goes in this way, right? With this square piece in the front. Yeah. Almost forgot. Oh. Gotta get in there. Good. Nice. Oh, I got a huge piece of nub over here. Wonder how I missed that. But that shouldn't be a problem, except for in the back bend, maybe? Maybe? No? Not at all. It still has a nice amount of stiffness to it, actually. And then there's the D13 piece, which I did not include. So we're probably going to try and make the standard version first. Yeah. So let's go with the waist joint assembly. Okay, grab this. Where's that? E3? Here it is. So that needs to line up with this somehow. Oh, it's loose. Let me put it together. Maybe it's in wrong. Or it needs to be locked in. Yeah, it looks like it needs to be locked in. Oh no, you put it in this way and then rotate it. Why do I have to rotate it? So that should line up with... This seems to be the wrong piece. Yeah, ball and ball. Oh, no, it's wrong. I should have... Something else? No, this asks for this to go in pretty much immediately, so... That'll lock it in place and keep it from spinning. And then I need to put in two of these end runners into the side for the skirting armor. I hate it when they pack in like multiple steps you can barely see what you're supposed to do. It doesn't happen that often. So these are facing on an angle. That's interesting. And then the big holes are the small holes. From here it looks like the wrong piece, because I'm seeing one that has only one of these in the front, but both of these have a big piece in front. That's weird. Let's see here. Yeah, but it is, I don't know. Let's just do it step by step. That seems right, and then whichever way this goes in. I'm guessing this way. Yeah, the only way that would work if it goes in upside down. Maybe I'm supposed to rotate it. This just seems like the wrong piece, looking at the manual. So then what the fuck is this for? It's supposed to go in here? Turn around like that. Don't get what this is for. I assume it goes like this, but it just doesn't look like that on the manual. It seems entirely unnecessary. It's probably supposed to go somewhere else. Okay, so I think this is the original waste unit. I can't tell because that's not what we're supposed to be building right now. It doesn't actually tell you how to build the standard duel. So I have to like do it as a guess. Perhaps these are the original skirt pieces too. You know what? I can just look at the runner here and it'll tell me what's been excluded. And then I can use the excluded parts for the building of the standard duel. No, these seem to go somewhere. So I'm misreading it. Anyways. For now, I guess we're just guessing, I guess. I figured these would just go on the skirt. Okay. Yeah, okay. So we can ignore all of this, all of that. These do in fact go in the skirt, so I'm guessing it's the same for both versions. And yeah, let's put these legs on. Boom. And boom. And I still have this ugly seam in the middle here. These are natural. And then these are for the arms. I'm not sure why they're here. And then that'll be for the actual blue duel when we get to it. And I still have no idea what this is for. We'll just keep it here in case we need it for both versions. And then here would be special accessories. So then we'll go backwards, as I normally am to do. And we'll just build the original waist unit and stuff. So back to the first bag. I have extra pieces here. Can't quite make that out. So, you know, this is the old style backpack, which we're going to use. And then I'm guessing this is the new back, or front. And here's the waist. So I know I need the decap runner here for the waist. I know I keep saying runner when I'm grabbing a single piece off of a polycap runner. This is the front page under the back. Okay. Here's the front and then the over. Yeah, well I just did that on a whim and there they go. They're stuck together now forever. I need to find this backpack. This is the original backpack piece also. This seems like a chest flap for like the cockpit or something. Not that the cockpit articulates on a high grade. See, I wonder if there's any high grades like the Psycho Gundam that have like an opening cockpit or cockpit flaps. You think there might be? I know the real grades mostly all do. Okay, so that's what this is. So where did I put the D polycap? There we go. That goes in here. This waist rotation and whatnot. And then I assume the back is the back for both versions. And again, it would be higher up or a little bit chunkier, so there we go. So that's probably the same for both versions. And then before we continue, we need the upper half here and K polycap for the neck. That'll lock in a little bit of room here, not quite a lot. It's either in right or in wrong. It's either this way or the other way. Assume it's this way. Nothing to hold it in place, so we need, here we go. That dropped here. That's just going to be held in by friction, I guess. Am I missing anything else? I'm missing this. So, yeah. So not proper. That's definitely hard to separate. I lost the K again. There we go. So does this wedge in the middle? Yeah, it's better to wedge it in the middle. And then there's this hole here. I suppose this goes in the back, so you can't see it. It's more stable here. It actually clips in between the lower waist and the upper, like, back chest. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, that is much nicer looking too. And a little bit of rotation on that one cap. What am I getting here? Back up. Nice. And there's nothing for the venting here on the original Duel. So here, this upper half here. Before this goes in, it needs the polycap. Looking at M. Okay. Sliding? No, upside down? No, upside down. I'm thinking this is already like the enhanced backpack. We might not have the standard one in here. At least it looks enhanced. I don't remember the way the backpack looks extremely well, actually. Did I forget a piece? I did. That's this bottom thruster looking piece. That goes in. Oh, interesting. There's a little bit of a rotation here. Like going from this way or this way? There we go. looks pretty good for just a few pieces. A little bit of articulation there. Whether it's in upside down or not, I can't tell. But yeah, looks nice. And then it's talking about putting on the armor pieces, so that's this. I think we'll be using this too. Those I'm going to save for later. So this would just be the standard dual chest and backpack. Assumedly. Then we'll make the head. So the chin piece here is separate. So this tiny little thing here. That's cool. Oh no, that's the head. Okay. And the V-fin. Why is the V-fin not in here? Ah, that's where that went. I was looking for those. So I believe that's again for the blue dual version. And the beam sabers. So what is that beacon? I'll probably turn up later, but I can't seem to find it. Oh, here it is. Right. B 22, 18, 19. It's orange also. Yeah. The V-fin ought to be in there somewhere. Let's go back to the head, A24. Back of the head, arms, whatever that is, whatever this is. Bring it back in front. A24. Probably what this is, let's see. Yep, that's A24. Not sure what this is supposed to enable. I guess, oh, it's the chin. So put some of this one. There you go. Nope. Yep. Yes, no. Okay, there you go. Chin block, and then sandwich that together. So, hold on, there's no... Okay, I guess we'll just force in the polycap later, in the back of the head. That actually is very flimsy. Usually the chin piece doesn't move around a lot, but this one is loose. Probably right up until. A17. She looks kind of cool at the V fin. Wherever the hell it is. And that's 17, right? No, 17. Funny because I don't have the V fin. Then we'll just put it on anyways. It might not even work actually without the V fin. Yeah. Okay, so let's put that. I'll put it here for now. Actually serve purpose in the meantime. Okay. Let's get that on here. It's funny, it wants me to assemble a gun before I have a hand to put it in. I don't know what that's about. We're doing boom boom. Is it too heavy in the back, huh? It's very heavy torso. Okay, E-caps. I'm kind of jumping around the build. I like to build the feet first. Usually. I don't know why, like, only the real grade manuals seem to want you to build the feet first. But yeah. I'm building the standard version first before the, what you call the upgrade. Just to see what that looks like. Proving a lot more difficult without instructions on how to do it. And these. There we go on one unit. I feel like I'm kind of building it from memory now. It's a bit thicker looking than anything. Like that. So I'm like carefully selecting what steps to skip so I don't build the blue version. You need 3 polycaps for the arms, huh? I guess that makes sense for later when we attach the internal pistols, whatever they actually call them. Holy cat pen. You want to use all those? Oh, there's 4 of them. That's fine. And then Ancient Eye. I thought it was from 2019, but yeah, that is the Sword Impulse that I'm going to be doing, I don't know, next time in a couple of days. Just look at it again. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you can tell just by looking, or maybe you can actually read it. I can't the way my camera's set up. But yeah, that's coming up next. Sort of a, what do you call it, spoiled for quality here. The way everything's set up, based on what's coming after that. But yeah, that is exactly what that is, and I'm super excited to build that because it was premium, so you had to pay premium. Especially after the fact, living over here in Canada, we don't have premium Bandai stores, and you know, where is it getting shipped from and all that stuff. It ain't easy, so hopefully it's worth it. And here. Not sure if this is supposed to go at the top or the bottom. I forget the way that piece is shaped. Oh, it's supposed to go on the side. Interesting. Look, first drop of the day. It's been a while since I built a kit that uses the H cap for the arms. I feel like if you don't put that in the right way, the H cap, you can kind of just get extra articulation out of it. The way it's limited. Oh my gosh. Get in there. Then the second arm. Oh, you thought it was the HG? Yeah. And what's funny is that I don't know if it's like the way Bandai reprints things or sometimes, but there are versions of the high-grade Sword Impulse that aren't premium Bandai, so I'm not sure if they did like a remaster of it at some point that was premium, or if it's just like the reprints were premium, you know? Let me see. I didn't find out where that one went, the H runner. I keep saying runner when I need to say cap. Okay, that's good. So finally close that off. This way. Oh, the other one. A deep find, eh? I guess so. Unless you bought it when it was... I guess if it was first released 2018, 2022. I don't know. Well, I have had it for a while. Like almost or over a year, actually. I think I've had it for about a year now. You know, the backlog grows every day. Okay. Okay, so then these just go in. I kind of hate when these just slide in Like, there's no real point to having this other than it connects one joint to the other. Like, what's the point of this being, like, there's a hole here, it doesn't plug into anything? What's the point of that? And then this goes into here. This one or the other way? That might be on backwards. It's like, it's supposed to be held in by friction. Feels a bit better. Oh yeah. You know, it's the classic, the hole goes through. I always forget about that. So it goes all the way through. Don't know if that's on backwards now. I think it might be on backwards. So I took it off. Yeah, better. Close them like that. Oh, so close to the 90 degrees. So close. And then that is a pretty visible line here. Now, yeah, look at the bulkiness of the shoulders. This came out pretty well. Yeah, should stop skipping around. So let me see, like that. Like that. I kind of hate it when I can't tell if it's in backwards or not, because it doesn't do anything when it's in wrong. That just seems to work, regardless of what direction it's put in. And yeah. Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, I kind of didn't. This goes in at the end. That's a disgusting nub mark there. Have to get rid of that, I guess. So these cufflinks slide on. That's going away. Then didn't notice these lines here before to hold the cuff in place. Let's see, like there they are. Minus the hands, we're away right now. Finding a master grade version of the O? Jeez. I don't think I've ever seen the retail price for that. I mean, it depends where you're gonna buy it from, obviously. And then, God, how old is master grade the O? That's like, I think it might be a 2000, like a 2000 kit or something. Yeah, that would be a crazy find if you can get master grade the O. High grade's actually surprisingly easy to find from what I've heard. But master grade the O, jeez. I don't think I've even seen a... I might have seen in one review for master grade the O. But like, yeah, that's... that'd be a very lucky find. Right, I was looking for hands. Yeah, that was surprisingly quick, I think. So that's high grade, the Duel. I'm not sure if any of these pieces are that much different than regular, just because it's supposed to be the blue Duel. I just want to pull out some hands and do some quick poses, and then we'll continue with the blue version. Almost. Where's the backing here? jeez. Okay. So, I guess we'll just use these hands. Worry about the backing later. That's the wrong head piece. Boom, boom, boom. I always like how the blue Duel seemed to be the only one. Probably the only suit in the series that had a beam rifle with a grenade launcher underneath it. That's kind of, I feel like that should be wrong, thinking that, but I guess I can't think of anything else that had a grenade launcher. It's like not even the right hand. I don't know what that is without the backing. That would kind of fit. Without the back piece. Or not at all, apparently. Right, for gravity. Put in one of those. Isn't gonna work without the back piece. So I'm gonna do that. Wow, is that a sticker? Holy shit, I forgot how much of that piece was a sticker. I'll show that off later. Where are my hand covers? Okay, I found one. And then got no idea where to find the other one. I only found that one. And then we're still missing the V-fin, that's true. I have this piece here I never use. That's the cover for the stand hole. I don't know if anyone ever uses the stand hole covers. Depends on the series. Well, I mean, depends on this. Yeah, it depends on the series' popularity, usually. They go by popularity of series and not popularity of the kit. I should probably make the shield, actually, too. The stickers on this was so bad it, like, peeled off the bottom. Barely see that, but I might as well mention it. Where the hell is my second, Is that it? No. Anyways, I want to hurry along here. Imagine this just goes in like that. Oh my god. That was easy. And then, well no, there should be polycap in there. God dang it. I wonder if it takes the same polycap for both versions. I'm gonna assume that's like, what is it, the M? Not the M. Just look here. Is that an I? The L cap? No. I don't think it would be the L cap. Probably the M. Yep, it's the M. Oh, so it holds in both ways, maybe? Nah, totally wrong. I don't know. I did the same thing as the leg, where if you miss it by like an inch, it's freaking off. nice and simple. Oh, that sticker is really bad, at least going all the way down here. And then any of these will do, I imagine. Well, no, actually this one, it would have to be number 6 off of whatever runner this is. And then, yeah, there's a hole in there for that. Oh, it looks really stupid without the hand cover. Which I just remembered this is for a specific hand. I think that's the right hand. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. That's not going in at all. That might just be the wrong one then. That's wrong. Undermounted grenade launcher. Oh, and their guns. Right. It's just Oh yeah, no, you specifically mentioned the Canon version. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, you're probably right. That still holds on. That's cool. Okay. So I spent way too much time on that. That was kind of ended up being pointless. But yeah. Seeing the gray colors in person, they're actually very interesting. It's like a murky gray or something. I was gonna actually take a picture or two. Just take like 2 pictures. Just because I'm gonna, change it and like probably never go back to the original version. Come to think of it, I wonder why they never made the just the standard Duel Gundam as a high grade. Because it's either like the Assault Shroud or like the Revive Assault Shroud, whatever. I mean, it makes sense if you could turn it from either version into like this version. But I keep forgetting the V-fin's not there because I think that looks fine without it. Yeah, these are pretty crappy. But whatever. Gotta move on. So normally I do start with the legs, but considering how you've already built it, we might as well just like go from the top to the bottom. Since it's already an assembled model. And then we'll remove that. I could have done an articulation test, but I don't think there's going to be much hindrance with the armor. I could be super wrong. I obviously don't know any better. But yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, none of this needs to go anywhere actually. It's just going to be attaching to the arms. But let's make those separate. So let me see this again. Because the shoulder, there's like armor for the shoulder, or whatever you call it, in between the arms. And there's really not that much of a gap in here. It's interesting. I don't think these are modified from the original. But yeah, that is an interesting detail when we get to it. Yeah, that should be fun. Maybe just leave these as they are. Alright. back to the back. So, like these. This extra piece for the chest. And then everything else here is kind of just a mess because I didn't close the bag properly. It's an NG from 2002. Oh, I didn't know there was a 2.0 Galgoo. I thought it was just the one release. Oh, okay. It's a no grade. No grade Galgoo. Yeah. I only pay attention to like the no grade 1/100 scales, just because, you know, that's kind of the whole reason those exist. Although I guess the full mechanics can go on. Yeah. I never understood what the point of the. I guess because I wasn't around during the time, but I never understood the whole point of no grade 1/100 scales. So now you can just technically classify them as like early full mechanics, if you think about it. Or I guess like the the RE100 kits technically are no grade, but they're like RE grade. Well, I guess most no grade 1/100 scale kits are actually like bootleg or third party. Yeah, I don't know. I always default to like the 1/100 like Akatsuki and whatnot. But you're being a bit more like broad or whatever. What am I doing here? Stop. Start with steps. So that's probably 10. Probably whatever. I really just go in. Okay. And doesn't say what goes in the bottom right now. Same for both. Hopefully as I clear up this color I'll find the friggin' V-fin. I don't know. I could live without it, but you don't want to like live with missing pieces and stuff. So I have no idea how this is supposed to go on. I guess it just goes into the chest. And something in the back of the arm. And now for one of the main attractions, the internal gun. I'm sure it has a much cooler name than that. Internal beam shotty. I don't know why they call them beam shotties. I could just dump out this entire bag, but I feel like that would be inappropriate. Considering how much of a mess everything is back here. And let's skirt and armor. I need this now. I think these. I think these are for the arm also. Doesn't look like it actually. And then this I completely forgot about. Yeah. So that's not even what that looks like. Oh. Is that? No, that's not it, is it? No, it's for the top of the shoulder. And then here it is. I'm trying to remember what it looks like the box right next to me. So those go into here, and then I need this one also. There, that should be that. So I have to find here. I did this one? Or the other way, okay. And this plugs into this. I always wondered why. Oh, I'm thinking about it. There are a couple. I can only think of a handful of Gundams that have like internal weaponry, and only a couple MSs that have internal beam pistols, like the Methus. And of course the blue Duel. I don't know. It does seem kind of dumb to have like pistols internal when you could literally have like anything else, like the grenade launchers and like the upper forearm grip or like a Gatling gun, like the NT Alice. It just seems silly. It also seems like this is all wrong. Forget it. Does like a whole 180 flip, right? So it would be up here like that. So maybe it was right. Oh, you know what? That's more simple. The way it is in the manual, to just do it on the pistol first and then put it inside the arm. So this. That's confusing. This. You want first. Is this the wrong hand? Yeah, that is wrong. So this would be for the left hand then. And that's the wrong piece. Yeah, that seems right. The Natalie? RXN. I'm not familiar with that one. You mean the N with the giant hand? Isn't that it's a Build Fighters, right? Has like the giant hands or something? And then Natalie. I mean, that's an entire... Oh, it's good. Oh, it's very nice. I like how they're sneaking in this part, like right here. I don't know if you can see that at all. It's like, I actually want to show this because I was a little distracted. Look at how they just snuck that in right there. You have to be like looking at the bottom here to see it. Like, what are they doing? Just sneak in this piece right here. It's like sometimes Bandai demands absolute focus, so you don't fuck up your build. What is up with that? Okay, so E12, just like in the middle there. I think I saw one of those earlier in the bag. Here's one. That's what that looks like. And so without this, it doesn't connect onto the arm. I don't know why they would hide that, so... So that doesn't go with this one, does it? No, it does. Goddamn Bandai and their stealth tactics. Seems like this is wrong, actually. So... Psycho Gundam? Yeah, that does count. Well, yeah. That's actually the most overkill example of that, actually, having like frickin' 10 little beam rifles on all of its digits. Or manipulators. You want to stick with the Gundam lore. Every single finger is a beam rifle. Can you imagine if they were like beam machine guns instead of rifles? Okay. guess I could just go on AR. Ooh. Looks really cool when it's all put together. Although the pistols do seem like insanely small. Just compared to the rest of the body. Prefer they were like magnum sized or something. And then there it is. Yeah, but I don't count them as internal, because most of the time, except for like, well actually there's a lot more examples than I can probably think of. Like the Cubile, where the funnels technically go inside of the suit, I don't think they count as internal weaponry, because like they're on the backpack outside. You know? For the most part, you can kind of like, you can see the suit existing without them. I wouldn't consider it internal weaponry. Sure, well, there's like some. I feel like I'm forgetting something that totally has funnels coming out of the inside of it. Is that this one? It's hard to tell without the gun pieces. Which, why didn't I have the second one out? Oh, I missed that step, but it's not like I missed anything important. I can just do that in a second. What? Oh, there it is. It's like underneath. Oh, I feel dumb. Okay. Home stretch. Yeah, that's fine. Wait, I keep calling it Casside. Yeah. The Casside Gundam having internal fin funnels. I have to look at that again, because I only saw it the one time. Oh shit. Where do I go from here? Right there. Yeah. So the beat then wouldn't count for that. Just getting all of this wrong on the second time. Okay. Ooh, that's why. Yeah. But in terms of like internal weaponry, I just don't feel like we see a lot of that. I guess. Yeah, early UC. My mistake. you see more internal weaponry stuff like later on, especially like more meaningful things like the F90 and the Victory having internal shields and like I don't know if you consider the Beambox Beam Saber an internal weapon because it kind of sticks on. Strike Freedom has to open the wings to launch the dragons. Does it have to open all of its wings to do that? Or can it launch some of them without opening? Maybe I ever noticed that. That's weird, actually, that it would have an action to limit its opening. I think I'm going to attach everything at the end, actually. That makes more sense. Did I somehow rotate the arm while it was on? Because it looks like I have two left hands. That's weird, I don't know how I did that without noticing. And then these just go on. I feel like the backpack should go off. But no, it stays on. It's weirdly tight, actually. Maybe, probably if I put the rest of the chest armor on, it'll be gapped. So, let's just do that. Yeah. I can already see like it locks in with the holes here. Am I missing anything else for the chest? No? I think you just have it standing like that. Yeah. So it's on like it's not actually flush, except that this. Kind of weird. No, that's funny. I think it might just be like a bit of bad design, but like you can already see it gapping in the middle over there. I have something done wrong. Yeah, it's not like flush like you would like it to be. Like if I just did this, it just pops right off with actually very little effort. It would probably hold better without these like huge rounded, like see there's even a gap here for them, but like it's not enough. Like you would almost need to like hollow out this entire piece here for them to fit. So you have to take off the beam sabers and have it like be a better fit, which is probably why the beam sabers are on the leg, but it's still using this backpack for some reason. So you could totally, almost would have to if you were gonna custom to like just cut this out entirely, or just not have just don't have the beam sabers on. Okay. Okay, cool. My bad for using the included backpack as it was originally intended, not as it should be. You got me. Okay. So for here, these are the old shoulders I forgot about. Oh no, they just go on. Okay. So where are my new shoulder pieces? These are for the legs. Let me see, we're done with this page, right? I can just put everything on the table. Stop going back and forth. This popped off. I totally forgot. Do all of the core, all of the core, oh no, you said core blocks. If you were being specific to the core blocks, then that would technically be right. If you consider the core Splendor, it has no internal weaponry. If anything, it has like missiles on the side that it barely ever uses. So technically not all of the core systems have like weaponry. Internal. I guess the core Splendor. What else? Yeah, I guess that's the only one that doesn't have what you would consider internal weaponry. Super? I always forget. Is it the Super or the Superior Gundam, the SE, the EXS, XS, and Superior? Yeah, I don't think they can actually. Well, because if it's like the beam sabers, like on the Double Zeta's core fighter, pretty sure those come off because they're beam sabers, so they don't technically count as internal. But I forget all the weapons that it has, so could be wrong. So this is the left shoulder. This is the right shoulder. I'm missing. Oh, there you go. Oh, that goes on pretty nice. So that's obviously not right. It would have to be, yeah, this one, because this one is where the shield goes on to. I forgot what that was for. Huh. I thought it would be more in the middle. And there's the thrusters in the back to match the chest thruster. Oh, it's a long arm. There, I fixed it. I missed something. Let's throw everything away. That's done, I'm pretty sure. Aside from the shield part, which we're probably about to attach. Yeah, we could. Really? I totally forgot about that. Oh yeah, the anti-air missiles are what I was thinking of. The part that like weirdly detaches and like is almost never used. Ladybird guided missiles. I see it does have a kill count. Huh. I don't. Did it hurt? Did it get used against the Freedom? Huh. That probably makes sense. Been a while since I've seen the. Well, I'm currently doing a rewatch of like Gundam Seed and everything. I recently saw Stargazer for the first time. That was interesting. But I'm currently trying to like rewatch and like read some of the Seed like books and stuff, just because you know the anniversary is coming. Hence this entire stack of kits. I have like 6 kits here. I've already done 2 of them. This is the 3rd. So yeah. But I'm really slacking on Destiny. Like I only watched the first 5 episodes. And like I was gonna watch more yesterday, but ended up really busy and just forgot. Where am I? Oh, okay. So the gap I saw here was just for attaching the shutter. Okay. You seem pretty familiar with like a lot of Gundam stuff. Bub the Builder. We were talking the whole time and I forgot to read your name. Yeah, I do that a lot, unfortunately. So, I think I'll leave it open. I like it open. Okay, next is the backpack. I think I'll just put these on. It's interesting how, like, with less space, it still kind of has the same amount of connection. I'm not sure if they, like, widen the gap with the peg of these or something. But it holds on very nice to the torso. So, move this. It should be able to hold itself up. Good. So let's see, this backpack has this ugly sticker. This whole blue piece is just a sticker off of like something with a gap in the middle. I don't know what they were thinking with that. It just looks like super ugly. And an entire, like, backpack thing. Here it is. It's just right over there. So, and this clips onto this. It's a nice little detail in here. Could use some coloration or something. This just clips on through the sticker, which I don't know if that helps the sticker hold in place or not. But yeah, that's just how that is. And then we'll leave this radiator thruster piece here. Yeah, I was talking about that in a previous video I did, where it seems like, just from like the surface, Seed has like the most like story in it outside of like the UC era, which I guess could change over time, but like there's so much freaking Seed side content and like side mobile suits like MSVs and stuff. It's like, it seems like they were really trying for Seed to be like the second coming of the UC era or something. I don't know. There's just so much lore, which is weird considering the like fan reception at the time. Like going back and rewatching it, it seems like it's a lot better. Although I think that's because I made the mistake of watching a different like what do you call it? A different like translation of like Seed, which I didn't even realize until I was done. It was like the friggin', I think it was a fan dub or something. It's like, oh, no wonder this is not as terrible as I remember. So that's kind of like skewing my judgment. But it seems like on the second watch, like after so many years, it seems like Seed was like had a lot like of interesting thoughts, you know. And of course, given the amount of time that's passed since then, like obviously more of that stuff is like in the media now. Like, you know, coordinators are just like CRISPR babies, designer babies are becoming more of a like reality every day. You know, that's kind of just how technology is. But like, yeah, it makes the story like more believable and more interesting. It just seems like better than I remember. It's probably not. Okay, that's how that works. That just clips in up here and up there. Yeah, these, I don't know if it's these old stickers or just like me being bad around the time I applied them, but like every sticker on this thing is peeling off. Especially when it comes to those wraparound stickers, they are not good at all. Okay. So, oh, that's what the polycap was for earlier. And that goes on super nicely. Gosh. I say that and then it immediately pops off upon attaching because it's upside down. I need to just look at this with my eyes. Yeah, so it just popped off. Okay, I guess this is supposed to clip here. Not that you can actually see that. Needs to be shooting off. Come on. See the hole. There you go. I don't know what I was hitting. Oh, this articulation. Or did that just pop off? It just popped off. Yeah, I don't know what I was hitting before, but like, if it's not perfect, it's just like wobbling off. And then this is actually pretty loose. It does articulate a little bit, but it feels like it's just gonna pop off. So I don't think that's real articulation. Anyways. Got that done. Now it's back to the legs. Remember those? Hot thing. Just a voice dub. Oh, I missed a bunch of what you said. Together storytelling. Director's cut. Just a voice dub. Really? Not my thing. That's interesting. I couldn't imagine being as into Gundam as I am without watching the shows. But I've also read a couple wikis, and it's weird when like you learn more from the wikis than you would from any show. Especially considering how like, you know, the show it only covers what it's covering. But the Wikipedia is like, if you want to learn about like Gundam models and stuff, it's such a good resource. I can totally agree with that. Okay, so I was super confused earlier because we have 2 torso pieces for the waist. And so this is the one I have to use for the blue duel. For the blue. I keep, it's a blur, 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 blur. So this is this one, and then there was that torso piece that has to like rotate once you put it on, weirdly. So, I don't know if I remember the back of the front, because they both seem to be the same. I also can't tell which is which when they're not on. Is this the back? Is this the front? I suppose whichever one it goes on. That's the only we all know. So not this one. Probably it's better to just restart from scratch. So this goes in like this. And then it rotates. Oops. And then it seems like we're ditching this unit actually. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's gone. I don't know how I didn't notice that the first time around. But that's gone. We still need these skirting armor pieces. So, I own over 700 kits. That's impressive. So that's how many you've built, or that's just how many you own? Because there is a bit of a difference between those two things. It's very subtle. That might be just backwards. So you own 700, or you've built 700 plus, from what you're saying? Okay. So this could be wrong, actually. This is the new front. So I need to find which one of these fits in the back. It would seem to be this one because it has plugs. That goes in way lower. So they lowered the waist. Yeah, you have a very deep backlog from what I'm reading. That's kind of insane. I couldn't imagine having over 100 in my backlog. I only have like... Actually, I haven't counted in a long time. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm sure I have like maybe 40 or something in my backlog. Not 40, that's probably not true actually. Do you have like duplicates, or you have like... I suffer from Gunpla Phobia. Oh yeah, FOMO. I know what you mean, especially with like getting kind of back into the hobby. Like pretty much every kit I own is like, oh, I didn't know that existed. Oh, I didn't know that came out in like the years since I stopped building Gunpla. Yeah, I can understand the FOMO. It's a bit too real. What do I have here? I'm trying to find a thing. Oh, that's why that's not there. Do you consider copies as like exactly the same, or would you like consider like color variations? What do you mean by that? There it is. The chat thing. Just copy paste that. There it is. Hope you don't mind, I usually have the chat thing here, I just forgot to install it. Yeah. If you want, I can get rid of that. That's, let me see. Did I transition that? I don't know if it works. Do you have multiple kits, versions, grades, some of the same? Like, yeah. But I mean, like, trying to think of an example. Like, you have multiple of the RX-782 high grade. Like, say, would you have, like, the Revive in high grade, like a clear color version and normal version, or like color versions? Like, you have duplicates like that, or I own 32 unique RX-782s. Does that include, like, I don't know, like the Dubai version, well, the US version is an entry grade, right? I'm not sure how you'd categorize that. Okay, there we go. Probably down at the waist. Oh, wow. With that extra amount of thing, they go all the way down. How cool is that? Not very, but okay. This that entire groin wasted. So, ooh. I don't know if you like, seems like your primary resource is reading, but there are some really cool, like, I don't know what you would call them. I guess because pretty much everybody who does Gundam stuff also does Gunpla. If you would call them Gunpla tubers. I think, I'm trying to remember the one guy's name. They do, like, the lore videos and stuff. Like Kakarot 1987 and, something Z. I could get the name later. But they do like just lore videos and like MS development history videos, like from the beginning to like the end, and like side content MSs and stuff. I was watching one the other day on the Aegis Gundam. And how that goes from like the standard Aegis all the way to like the Regenerates Gundam, which is just like copying the idea of what do you call it? The core Splendor silhouette system. So like instead of just like having different silhouette packs, it would just like regenerate its parts by getting new parts essentially. So the regeneration thing is kind of like, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch, but like it just keeps getting resupplied parts whenever they get destroyed in combat. And yeah, I don't think they ever made a model kit of that shit. Like, who wouldn't want to regenerate Gundam? Especially when it's like, I think like the Aegis is like 15 meters tall, the Regenerates is like a 20 meter tall version of that, where like it transforms into like a 4-legged like turret instead of like a flying like squid, as people like to call it. And that is this waist piece here I've been looking at forever. So you want to know all the lore? It's an EG. Yeah, the America version from Target. I always thought, whenever I heard that, and I totally forgot about it. Super weird. Yeah, that got me for a while. I didn't realize that like the main flagship Gundam for the entire series was like the second. And then of course later on, like through finding MSV content, there's like the Mark V. There's an unknown amount of Gundams following the RX-78-2 designation, because they keep making up more. Like, you know, there's the Thunderbolt Gundam. There's the Mudrock, I think still counts. There's the Mark V, the Mark IV, the Mark. Have you seen the full armor Mark VII? That one's just crazy. It's like a huge back cannon, the size of its like legs to torso. And like there's even more of them. There's, I think the Pixie Gundam technically counts. I have that in my backlog too. Just I thought it was an interesting design. Is that a 70? That might be a 79. But yeah, weird that their flagship is the second prototype unit. And I was thinking about that the other day too, how weird it is that, like, well, you don't watch the shows, but like, the main character mobile suits are always like the experimental units, and then you end up with like the gyms and stuff, and it's like, those are the real units that the army wants to use, not this prototype bullcrap. Yeah. Thought that was hilarious. How we're always focusing on like the experimental units, but it's like the full armor Gundam, Mark II, 78. Yeah, the 7, it's great. Prototype. The prototype colors, yeah. Good color scheme. Seems a bit too narrow to be going in here. Did I grab the right one? The L. Polycap. Interesting. It's a very tight fit. Where it's the where it's going to mount to the arm here. Oop. Pretty good fitting sound actually. So the cannon's gonna attach here, or the Canon Shield. Or is the cannon probably goes inside and then the shield goes here. Or the railgun. It's like the same thing. Where are we? What's FA? Oh yeah, full armor. The Mark III? Isn't the I'm thinking. No, it's not what it is. Isn't the RX-78-3 the gray color version? With like the magnetic armor coating or whatever? Oh, wait, that was the... No, I'm skipping. E5. E5? It's not a polycap? Okay. That must be that white looking piece I had here. Yep, E5. Yeah, the G3. There's an even more full armor version of the Mark 7? Or, sorry, Unit 7. I keep getting those mixed up. Of the Unit 7? That sounds ridiculous. Oh yeah, and then there's the Yokohama statue version, the, what is it, the F00? That technically doesn't count, now that I think about it. You put the sticker on, or something else. And then the shield. I don't remember where I put the shield. There it is. So we can take this off. We might have to use... Nope, don't have to use anything. That's neato. And we did the legs. I completely forgot the leg armor. I'm just like all over the place mentally. So there's a nice little divot in here. That explains how that works. Okay. I don't think I need the manual for that. It's just gonna snap onto the legs, right? Yeah. Very simple. And then 1, 2, 3. Where were we? Also called G3. G5 is the red, the blue. Yes, the HA full armor 7th is... Really? A baby Donderobian. That's crazy. Well, I guess they had to prototype it from somewhere. You know? Always with the prototypes and the originals. Okay, hold on. Did I put this? I put this on the wrong leg. This piece is here. So, beam saber goes here. So this would be, and we have these two clips here. Good. And then this is the other leg. So I need this one. There's some pretty vicious nub marks on this thing that I'm looking at, but no big deal. Oh no! I fucked up the torso. Oh, I thought this was done. I'll have to go back in a second. Just finish this leg. Here I thought I was doing really well talking and building at the same time. So, let's see here. Just wiggle that out without a separator. Oof. That's fine. So, it is a weirdly assembled torso. So this is supposed to go at the bottom. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense than what I was doing both times. So then you turn it around. Okay. Oh, I see. So you put it in, you twist it, and the twisting locks it in place. So it's a bit. So it's what do you call it? It's a tighter lock than with like a normal part. Can I move these out of the way, or do I have to move this whole piece out? So it locks in place when you twist it, like a key or something. Oof. That's not good. Push. Let's see. Yep. And then twist it. Yeah, it's a very tight lock. And then I gotta redo all that. What are you talking about? Really? Going full armor for the Donderobian? You know, I wonder, thinking back to the design of the Donderobian, it has the that giant cannon on the left side. I wonder if that cannon was supposed to be like a launch pad for the nuclear missile that the GPO-2 also carries. Seeing as how they were developed around the same time. I don't really know, because it's been a while since I've seen the thing, and I haven't read the lore like you probably have on the GPO-3 and GPO-2. I mean, did the GPO-1 get so badly damaged that they had to make the 3, or is the 3 just like a slight upgrade? I don't remember. just double check I didn't forget anything. It looks fine. It looks like it looks in the manual. Okay. Okay. Oh no, poor Duel with his tiny little head stuck in that armor piece. Kind of looks like the Juggernaut with the huge head plate armor. Tiny little head inside. Then there's the included action base, which I refuse to use for whatever reason. And just seeing a couple small pieces. So they have the original torso. There's the shield up here. Can't find the covering for the other hand. What the hell? There's an opening door for the blades that are mounted to the left shoulder. There's the sticker sheet. God, the sticker sheet is just like you'd almost think it was an SD with so many stickers. Okay, that's where the cover is. I left it on the blade hand. No wonder. That's totally something I would do and then forget, like way later. So we have that. We have the internal blades, which unfortunately need to be painted because they just come in this dull gray. And those blades come out of here, which should be painted black or something. Yeah. It really sucks we're not getting that 90 degrees in the arm. I definitely want to change that, like a mod or something. And then put this in here. Coming up. So it needs to hook in from the top to there. Look that in. I just think it sucks we never got to see the Blue Duel do like a whole lot of stuff. Maybe in like some of those side mangas, but in Stargazer it just kind of gets offed super early, unfortunately. Okay. So that's obviously the wrong hand. Don't know how I didn't notice that earlier. I'm having trouble balancing it, but it's like I'm not building my stuff on a flat surface. This mat is actually like a shopping bag that I just have folded. It's ghetto like that sometimes. So the GPO3 was made after the GPO3 and GPO2 from the Blossom. There's a GPO0? I must have forgotten about that. Since you read the wiki stuff, do you know what the GPO even stands for? I assumed it was like Generation Project or something. Just because it was like, I guess their attempt at the second generation of mobile suits before the Mark II. Although you technically would think that was the NT Alice, but that was specifically for new types with the NT. This probably hold better in the other hand where it should supposed to go. Actually, it's supposed to go. Yeah. Wow, that just goes in perfectly. No must no fuss. And then I could have sworn there was another piece for this open and closed, but I guess it's just the one that goes in two different ways. Cool. So we do get a lot of forward articulation here out of the leg, so that's good for moving forward. Not so much in the back. Probably about as far as it'll go. Actually, not a lot of articulation here. You'd think it would have like the most. At least enough to go like 90 degrees. But no, it's kind of just like sub 90, like, I don't know, 75 degrees. Or less. And then, because of the shoulder armor here, we're not getting a lot of side-to-side pivot. It's a product of its time. But overall, it's pretty good considering the last build. If I could just remember where the fucking V-fin is. So, what do I have left over? I have only 2 polycaps, 2 G-caps. I have an entire torso, a front piece of a torso. I have like 2 shield clip-ons. I still have the 1 hand, because I only came with 3 hands in total. And then there are these orange pieces. I might have forgotten where to put them. Or they might not just be needed at all. Gundam development. Oh, okay. So why is it not like the GPD? Gundam project. Okay. Okay, Earth Federation. Well, it is being translated from like Japanese. Like I don't know if you would know that from just reading the wiki, but the R is actually for military in Japanese. So, and the, what's it called, RX, the X is actually E, experimental. So it's military experimental. I imagine you already knew that, but anyone else watching might not have known that. You could imagine. Yeah. Military experimental unit RX-78. I was trying to look at this actually. I can't remember where this went. I'm not seeing, here we go. That would have been here on the A runner. So this is excluded. Don't need that for anything if you wanted to just do it straight up. And yeah. How long did that take me? Holy shit, that only took 2 hours total. Jeez. That's crazy. Just being straight built. Yep. That's pretty much everything. Let's see, anything else in here? Pretty good overall. Got the pistols. Do I only have 1? No, 2 beam sabers. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Pretty standard, very simple. I suppose it's a good kit for, what is it, 2003? Kit's in 2003. 2006. Ugh, is that good for 2006? I suppose it's okay. We're definitely getting a lot out of this. Yeah. Let me get that on an action base. Yeah, the leg articulation is like very subpar, like it's definitely substandard. And the arms are the same way, so I suppose you wouldn't need this to be open if it was like in this pose. So that just clamps on either from the top or from the bottom. So stickers are pretty much trash. You definitely get a much better result from painting. I don't know where the damn V thing went. It's always funny when you lose a simple piece like that. I got this in wrong. There you go. Get that natural structure in there. Closing thoughts. Stickers are terrible-ish. The ones that wrap around, which is like the majority of the stickers, are really bad. That back sticker is actually pretty good. Articulation, subpar. The color separation and like plastic quality and stuff, that's standard. So, yeah, I don't know. Buy at your own risk. It's definitely, I think it's lower than 2006 quality because it's like reusing the original Duel. But compared to some of the other stuff we had going on there, definitely not the worst. By far, it's not the worst. I don't know if I should come up with a rating system or something. But yeah, if you like the kit, it's definitely good. I think it was worth it. I didn't really pay that much either. But yeah, without taking up any more of your time, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around, Bub. Probably like to talk to you again sometime in the future. I might do this again on Twitch. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching. Remember, you can hit me up on the Discord for pictures and stuff if you want to post your own or follow mine. Hit me up on the Twitch where I might start doing this more regularly. I do other stuff like video game LPs and stuff whenever I have the chance. And you can catch all that crap on YouTube as well as other videos. And yeah, without further ado, thanks again so much for watching. And until next time, keep on dreaming. Poutine, out! Peace.